Welcome to our channel where we share with you the most interesting and heartwarming stories from all over the world. Please subscribe and like our videos to inspire others to do good. Single dad cooks dinner for daughter at rest. Stop. A man and his young daughter were traveling across the country when their car broke down in the middle of nowhere. They had no choice but to abandon their vehicle and seek refuge in a nearby rest stop. The single father did everything he could to cheer up his sullen daughter. He even went outside to collect firewood and build a fire in order to keep her warm during the night. However, as the evening wore on, the girl became increasingly upset. She refused to eat or drink anything, so her father was getting quite worried about her. But then something amazing happened that saved the day. Let's find out what it was in today's story. A woman and her boyfriend were camping in an RV when they saw a little girl crying by herself. The girl's parents were nowhere to be found, so the couple decided to go talk to her and see if they could help. When they asked the girl what was wrong, she told them that she was waiting for her dad to come back. He went to get some food, but he had been gone for a long time, and she was starting to get scared. The woman immediately felt sorry for the girl and invited her to come with them while they looked for her father. She told the girl that she would make sure that she was safe and that they would find her dad soon. And so the three of them set off into the forest to look for the missing man. After walking around for a bit, they came across a small campfire and a half-built shelter made out of sticks and leaves. There was also a backpack and a fishing rod nearby. The woman's boyfriend, who had been a police officer for many years, knew that this was most likely the place where the dad had been staying with his daughter. He could tell by the way that the items were scattered around that the man had been trying to take care of his daughter and protect her from the elements. The couple decided to stay close by and wait for the dad to return. They didn't want the little girl to feel scared or alone, so they sat around the campfire and told her stories to keep her spirits up. As the night went on, the woman kept an eye out for any signs of danger, such as wild animals or other people who might have been lurking around. She was determined to make sure that the girl was safe and sound until her dad came back. Just when the woman was starting to feel like the dad might not be coming back, she heard the sound of footsteps in the distance. She quickly stood up and waved her flashlight in the air to signal to whoever was coming that they should stop. When the person got closer, the woman could see that it was the little girl's dad. He was exhausted and dirty, but he was carrying a large rabbit in his hands. The woman immediately ran over to the dad and asked him what had happened. He explained that he had gone out into the forest to try to hunt some food for his daughter, but he had gotten lost and had almost given up hope of ever being found. When he heard the sound of the woman's voice, he followed it and was overjoyed to see that his daughter was safe. The woman helped the dad get his bearings, and then the three of them returned to the campsite, where the boyfriend had built a fire to keep them warm. The dad was so grateful to the woman and her boyfriend for taking care of his daughter, and he thanked them profusely. He explained that he had been a single father since his wife died a year ago, and he was struggling to take care of his daughter on his own. He had taken her on this trip because he wanted to give her a break from their difficult living situation and show her that there was still beauty in the world. The woman and her boyfriend understood, and they were happy to have helped. They shared some of the food that they had brought with them, and the three of them spent the night talking and getting to know each other. In the morning, the dad and his daughter packed up their things and said goodbye to the couple. The woman couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness as she watched them leave, but she was relieved that they were able to reunite safely. She knew that she had done the right thing by helping them, and she felt good about it. From that day on, the woman and her boyfriend continued to travel around the country in their RV. They never forgot about the single dad and his daughter, and often wondered how they were doing. One day, while they were browsing through the local newspaper, they saw an article about a charity event that was being held to raise money for single-parent families. The couple was immediately interested and decided to attend the event. When they arrived, they were surprised to see the single dad and his daughter there. The girl had grown a lot since they had last seen her, and she was doing well in school and in life. The dad was also doing better. He had been able to find a job and a place to live that was more stable than the last one. The couple was so happy to hear this, and they were glad that they had played a part in helping them get back on their feet. At the end of the event, the single dad and his daughter came up to the couple and thanked them again for what they had done for them. The dad told the couple that he was no longer afraid of being alone, and that he was confident that he could provide for his daughter and give her the life that she deserved. The couple was touched by the dad's words and they were happy to have made a difference in his life. They continued to stay in touch with the family, and they often got together for picnics and barbecues. The little girl, who was now a teenager, would always tell her friends about the time that her dad almost lost her and the two strangers who came to the rescue. The couple was proud of the strong bond that the family had created, and they were thankful for the opportunity to have been a part of it. Years went by, and the single dad and his daughter continued to thrive. The girl graduated from high school and went on to college, and the dad started his own business. The couple who had helped them never forgot about the single dad and his daughter, and they often wondered how they were doing. One day, the couple was going through some old photo albums when they came across a picture of the single dad and his daughter. They hadn't seen the family in years, and they were curious to see how they were doing, so they decided to look them up on social media. To their surprise, the single dad had become a successful businessman, and his daughter was a well-known journalist. The couple was so happy to see that the family was doing well, and they felt a sense of pride knowing that they had played a part in helping them get to where they were today. The couple reached out to the single dad and expressed their admiration for everything he had accomplished. They reminisced about the time they had spent together all those years ago and caught up on each other's lives. The single dad was very grateful for the couple's support and kindness, and he thanked them for being there for him and his daughter when they needed it the most. The four of them decided to meet up for dinner and catch up in person. It was like no time had passed at all. They talked for hours about their lives, their families, and their dreams for the future. The single dad was very proud of the young man that his daughter had become, and she was excited to share her latest projects with him. The couple was also thrilled to see how far the single dad had come since they had first met him. He was a strong, successful man who was raising a smart, compassionate daughter. They knew that he had overcome many obstacles to get where he was today, and they admired his strength and determination. As the evening came to an end, the four of them exchanged contact information and made plans to stay in touch. The couple was inspired by the single dad's story, and they continued to follow his daughter's career with interest. They were proud to call him and his daughter their friends. They were grateful for the opportunity to have been a part of their lives. This is a beautiful story of hope and resilience. The single dad's strength and determination to provide a better life for his daughter are truly inspiring. The couple's kindness and support also played a big role in helping the family get back on their feet. This story reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter tomorrow. That's all for the day. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to get notified when we upload new videos.